Springs Culture Cast is brought to you by the Smokebrush Foundation for the Arts, by UCCS TheaterWorks production of Zorro, by Newspeak, by a generous grant from the B. Vradenberg Foundation, and by viewers like you. Thanks for your support. Check us out on Pikes Peak Library District, Channel 17, every night at 6 o'clock, and on KRCC 91.5 FM, Monday through Friday at 11:55 a.m. and 8 o'clock p.m. Hi, this is Craig Richardson. We've produced a multitude of segments on Springs Culture Cast that highlight the creation of art in the Pikes Peak region. This time, though, we want to show you an instance of art being destroyed. Jocelyn Nevel's ironically titled Freedom, a work included in the Downtown Partnership's Visually Aesthetic Space Project, was deemed inappropriate by building owners after it had been on display for over a week, and was removed earlier today by Downtown Partnership volunteers.
For me, the shape at once references a feminine hygiene product and a bomb or a torpedo or even a phallus. So there's this kind of automatic collision of masculine and feminine.
So we're obviously standing in front of the building as they're removing it. What have you heard about why it's being removed, or what are the reasons given, or if any, that you've heard so far?
I heard from a colleague, an email went out that the window had to be retired, that there were a group of business owners that, and again this is repeated, thought that it would be difficult, that their staff complained that it would be difficult to show the spaces and rent the space, this space in particular, with panty liners stuck to the windows. I met one of the brokers the other day actually on the sidewalk, and he said, well, that's controversial. Just the mere fact that it's a panty liner, that object is controversial, which was really surprising for me in a way, and limiting in another way. It kind of shuts down any kind of resonance of what someone might look at walking down the street, I guess. And it was just like, why is that controversial? Is a Band-Aid controversial? I'm sad that, this is going down, but there has been a lengthier conversation now generated because of it that is raising questions about broader issues about, what is art, what is public art, what is okay in our community, for instance. One thing that was a little maybe conflicting in a sense is that the project grew out of a public-community collaboration, but it exists, or did exist, in a private space, privately owned building, and it is ultimately that owner's right, I realize, to say this is appropriate or not appropriate, or can or cannot be in this space. I feel like, however, that I'm not, that someone else has taken permission away from me, and that my voice has been shifted away from this expression. I sent in documentation of a different version of this project that I installed in Chicago, and that's on my website, because I really didn't want to spring this on anyone. I wanted people to be fully aware of what my intentions were visually, because I knew very specifically what I wanted to do. I was so delighted to install it, step back across the street and see it in a context, with a sidewalk, with storefronts next door, interacting with submarine shop sign, across the street from the steakhouse. So that it was a great moment for me as an artist while it lasted. I think, I'm still processing really what's happened, but I have to look at it as a positive experience in the end. People are talking, people are thinking, and that's the best. And I have to take that as a mandate to do something else that is inspired by this experience.
This vast program, the Visually Aesthetic Space, is an important program that we came up with. I happen to be an artist myself, and a lot of my friends are artists. I am very proud of what Jocelyn did, and I think that art should push the envelope, and I think it should stir emotions, and I think that artwork should be in times controversial, as long as it's not ignored. And so I think it was successful. It was up for about a week, and I'm proud of Jocelyn for doing it. I hope she submits something else. We knew as a group with VAS that it would be one of the more controversial pieces. There were some that we rejected. That one we went ahead and put in the space. There are 9 other windows right now that have artwork in them, and people are welcome to go view those. Bottom line is, the property owner, they're doing us a huge favor by providing these venues for the artists, and so they're the final word. And so if a property owner has an issue for whatever reason with a piece, then we'll either relocate that piece to a property where the property owner maybe doesn't have that same objection, or we'll just ask the artist to submit something else.
You know, I walk past it every day before and during work, and I loved it because it was the thong maxis and not just the regular maxis. It made it that much better.
How do you feel now that it's gone?
I feel very sad because it was a really fun piece to look at, and every time I walked past it, I saw something different in it. One day it was, you know, like a whirlwind of maxi pads. The next day it was like a rainbow. I mean, it really changed for me every day, and I'm gonna miss it. It just looks really empty now. It's sad. I mean, it's such a neat thing that they started this program to have art downtown, and I love looking at all the, you know, walking downtown and just looking at all of them, and now it's like a part of it's missing. It's too bad.
Some questions still remain unanswered, like what does it benefit the downtown, an area clearly in need of economic rejuvenation, to destroy an artwork that resonates with the downtown's unique urban culture? And simply, what is controversial about panty liners? We contacted Jeff Kaiser of Kaiser Commercial Brokerage, but he declined to comment. Springs Culture Cast is a sponsored project of Fractured Atlas, a nonprofit arts service organization. Contributions in behalf of Springs Culture Cast may be made payable to Fractured Atlas and are tax-deductible to the extent permitted by law. Please visit springsculturecast.com to find out how you can make a quick and easy donation that will help keep this program on the air.